My name is Jaco Howard. I work for SVA International. We're an architectural firm that specializes in commercial architecture, in other words, retail. The brief was basically for the area itself was with regard to architectural side of things. The visual aspect was sort of to create a community center with a bit of a village feel to it. So in other words, an open air mall. And with a bit of a convenience aspect. In other words, you've got your spa, tops, dischem and those kind of things, and with a bit of a modern twist to an old architectural style. A lot of the time the steel is not necessarily a visual aspect as such, but it's got quite a big impact on how we deal with things, especially when we talk about spans, flexibility within the retail side of things. So in other words, the steelwork design within the roof was to take up span without additional columns. So for the retail side of things, of course, columns is the last thing that you really want there. So that was the main challenge in creating long spans without vertical structural support. What we've also introduced was, on the steel side, became quite a visual aspect in some areas, which is, for instance, we've got these concrete off-shutter portals, and we've actually introduced Core-10 steel as cladding within it. So, and the reason for that is because of the texture that you do get from it, and also the color was quite important, and also gave quite a nice contrast between the off-shutter concrete and, of course, the Core-10 steel. Then there was elements with regard to spanning of timber trusses, and you can't necessarily do that with timber, so we had to introduce steel as additional support on that basis to support that itself. And then also on the steel side of things, we've used the Core-10 steel as a feature element to create a 3.4 meter water wheel as a main focal point for the food court area. Flexibility, which is great on that respect. Also speed at which, you know, a lot of the time with concrete you need to have a time for curing as such, where with steel what it does allow you to is the builder can actually start building certain sections, and then in the shop they can start to prepare steel sections for the roof as such, or elements like, for instance, the feature elements that one can look at as well. And then also I think as a design element on the styles that you can get is also quite nice, where you're limited with other materials to work with. As I said, I think the ability to have been able to use a mixture of materials, which was actually quite successful. You know, we had a limited budget that we could create the center with, and with using the materials that was available, I think we actually managed to deliver a very good product, which I think not the client nor ourselves actually expected.